Oh, my sweet summer children, gather round and let me tell you the tragic ballad of Emerson College, Bostona place where dreams go to die like houseplants forgotten in a dorm room with no windows. First, let us talk about the housing situation, because oh my stars, it is a crime against basic human dignity. The dorms, tiny, and not the cute, cozy kind, no. These are sardine can specials where the walls are so thin, you can hear your neighbor's existential crisis through the drywall. And if you dare try to escape this prison, too bad. The housing waiver policy is so strict, it makes the DMV look like a chill hangout spot. You have better luck convincing a brick wall to love you than getting permission to live off campus. And don't even get me started on the on-campus hosting that's half an hour away by train. Imagine waking up at 5 a.m. just to get to your 8 a.m. class because Emerson was like, you want housing? Here's a bunk bed in Narnia, peasant. Now the food, oh the food. If you've ever wondered what depression tastes like, look no further than the dining hall at Emerson College. Meals so questionable, they should come with a warning label. The chicken, rubbery, the pasta, cold, the salad, wilted like my will to live. And don't think you can just not eat it unless you enjoy surviving on instant ramen and the occasional granola bar you found at the bottom of your bag. Students get sick. Not oh no, my tummy hurts sick like I need a doctor sick. But does Emerson care? Of course not. They nod sympathetically while you cry on the phone, then hang up and go back to counting your tuition money. And speaking of money, oh honey, the financial aid is a joke, a bad one, like knock knock who's there, debt who, debt you'll be paying off until you ray 50. They overestimate your parents' income like they ray playing Monopoly with your future, then pat you on the head and say, here S5, good luck. Meanwhile, the tuition costs more than a luxury spaceship, and for what? A campus so small, you could sprint across it in 2 minutes flat. You ray not paying for an education, you ray paying for the privilege of being crammed into a shoebox in downtown Boston, while tourists take selfies outside your window. The course selection, a nightmare. The policies are so strict you think you were negotiating with a medieval king. You want to take that class, sorry peasant, the stars are not aligned. And if you dare question it, the administration will hit you with a per my last email so cold, it could freeze hell over. One poor soul exposed a glitch in their system, oh the horror, and instead of thanking them, the admissions rep snapped like a brittle twig. Customer service, more like customer suffering. The career services, a scam. They promise connections, opportunities, a golden ticket to success and then leave you drowning in debt with no job prospects. The collaborative environment. Oh sure, if by collaborative you mean cliquey, cutthroat and vaguely dystopian. Some professors, angels, others, just going through the motions like zombies who lost their passion years ago. And diversity, PFFFFT. Emerson talks about it like it's a buzzword, not a real thing. The student body is about as diverse as a bag of plain white rice. Mental health resources, overwhelmed and underfunded, want therapy. Get in line behind 300 other broken souls. Oh, and the neighborhood, noisy, crowded, full of tourists and construction like trying to study in the middle of a circus.
I've been looking into crimes near Emerson College, Boston, and oh, you guys, it's like the stores right there. They smile at you with those bright lights, but their shelves are basically begging to be robbed. I walked Newbury Street last Tuesday, felt like I was swimming in perfume and panic. Shops near Emerson College, Boston, they stock those shiny sunglasses towers, you know, the sunglass hut kind. A guy just scooped 70 grand worth into his jacket midday while tourists were trying on mirrors. Staff just watched company tells them be witnesses, not heroes. I bet the tourists thought, whatever, I am only here 2 weeks, not my problem, then posted selfies with broken price tags. Police probably mailed them blurry stills a week later, but by then they ray home, telling friends Boston was so classy. Same strip, the Lululemon cruise. They ray like welcome, stretch your card, but dudes sprint out with 6,000 in leggings every other afternoon. Staff freeze, alarms chirp like lost birds. I predict the thieves already flipped the loot online, shipped overnight, spent profits on Xbox, while some German family keeps jogging along the river wearing fakes and never noticing the logo peel. Hop into Prudential Center, it's connected skywalk feels safe, right? The Alo store there, they sell that cloud soft athleisure. 5 repeat girls walk in, staff greets hey angels, Then boom, one kicks an employee, steals piles of crop tops. I think the kicker-s probably posting girls' trip TikToks tonight, filters glowing, while the worker replays the boot mark, wondering if rent matters. And it loops Sunglass Hut in Prudential, 30 grand gone 2 days later. Same franchise, new tourist crowd, same policy observe, Don T. Chase. I imagine the manager filling insurance forms, sighing, guess we LL raise prices. So your mom pays 15 extra bucks for polarized shades she LL lose on the flight home. Businesses near Emerson College, Boston, they feel safe because everyone looks busy and pretty, but their registers keep bleeding. If you ray visiting for that quick 2-week story, I studied Vibes by Emerson, just know the souvenirs might already be stolen twice before you hand over your card.
Businesses near Emerson College in Boston are quite frankly a masterclass in disappointment. If you're expecting charm, efficiency, or even basic competence, prepare to be underwhelmed. The area is a parade of overpriced mediocrity, where even the simplest transactions feel like navigating a maze designed by someone who hates joy. Take the Prudential Center, for example. This isn't just a shopping center, it's a test of patience. Parking here is less of a convenience and more of a financial trap. Tickets don't validate, spaces are tighter than a subway at rush hour, and the prices, astronomical. 2 hours of parking could cost you nearly $50, which feels less like a fee and more like a ransom. Inside, the chaos continues. Crowds so thick you'll spend more time dodging strangers than browsing stores. Restrooms. Good luck. The lines are so long you'll question whether human biology was considered in the design. And if you're unlucky, you might even spot a mouse sprinting past like it's late for a meeting. Not exactly the luxury experience advertised. Then there's the Four Seasons Hotel on Dalton Street, a name synonymous with luxury, yet somehow this location missed the memo. Late check-ins, rooms that magically vanish from reservations, and staff who treat guests like inconveniences rather than paying customers. One guest was interrupted mid-sleep by a staff member barging in, demanding they leave, despite a confirmed late checkout. Another was escorted out like a trespasser after dining at the hotel's own restaurant. The vibe? Less five-star hospitality, more hostile takeover. Hungry, Punjab Palace might make you lose your appetite entirely. This isn't just bad Indian food, it's a culinary crime scene. Shards of plastic in the vindaloo, biryani that tastes like regret, and raita so sour it could power a battery. One reviewer described it as Indian food for people who hate flavor, which is both tragic and accurate. If you value your taste buds or your safety, steer clear. Tat Bakery Cafe promises elegance but delivers exhaustion. Stale pastries, cold toast, and coffee that tastes like it was brewed in desperation. The staff, occasionally hostile. One customer was scolded for daring to order avocado on the side, as if they'd requested a forbidden artifact. The refund process is a myth, and the only thing consistent here is the disappointment. Hecate, the speakeasy, is less a hidden gem and more a lesson in wasted time. No reservations, just hours of waiting for the privilege of overpriced drinks served with a side of arrogance. Miss their 15-minute grace period after a vague text. Too bad. The decor is cheap, the music drowns out conversation, and the cocktails,